Unfortunate neighbor, he's undercooked, eggs are a little scrambled, dependable, honest, funny, here he is.
Welcome to the Unfortunate Neighborhood, where unfortunately, I have not put out any weather reports lately. That's going to get changed. That's going to change. I'm going to get back on a regular, normal schedule again. Apologize, I've been obsessing over a project, and that's coming to an end-ish. I'm not going to be working on it as much now that I got the basics taken care of. But I want to pull this up, right? So what you're looking at is the surface of the sun. Apparently on the 31st. I thought it was the 30th. But either way, something really cool is happening, right? So there was a CME. A CME is a coronal mass ejection, right? And that's where the plasma it comes off the sun like this in like a big ass arch, right? Like 2-3 times the size of the Earth, and it just snaps. And when it snaps, it sends out a bunch of plasma, right? And so that's how we get the aurora borealis, right? But if it's concentrated enough, it can cause electrical disturbances, right? So I want to play this real quick. See that little snap that just popped off right there? We'll do it again. Right there. Right? So that right there is going to be causing some interference for us today and into tomorrow. Oh, and look at that. That's sitting there swirling. That's cool. I didn't see that earlier. And you're thinking to yourself, well, why am I bringing up solar stuff? Right? Well, oh, wrong one. I wanted this one first. It is a level G4 event, right? So key messages, R2 event, M8 solar flare occurred on Friday evening. The flare was associated with a Earth-directed CME, coronal mass ejection. Analysis consensus is that the CME arrival could be as soon as early midday, June 1st, or as late into the evening. They're saying timing's difficult because of solar winds and whatnot. Speeds, nobody fucking knows, right? But G4 event. So I have it pulled up over here because I am not familiar with solar events, right? So we'll start off with a G1, which is a minor, which is A minor. It's not A minor, it is minor. G2 is moderate, G3 is strong, G4 is severe, and G5 is extreme. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but G4, possible widespread voltage control problems and some protective systems will mistakenly trip out key assets from the grid. Space operations may experience surface changes and tracking problem. Corrections may be needed for orientation problems. Other systems. Introduce pipelines, current effective preventative measures, HF frequency, or HF, radio propagation, sporadic, satellite navigation degradation for hours, low frequency radio navigation disrupted. Oh, excuse me. And auroras have been seen as low as Alabama and Northern California. So what that is essentially saying is if this is going to be as severe as what they're saying, it's going to cause electrical issues with the power grid, with first responders radios, because some of them have transitioned from HF to 800s. It's just different frequencies, different bands, right? I know the fire department that I was on, we used HF, and that is a major issue, right? A G5 event, which this is not saying that it's a G5 event, but widespread voltage control problems and protective systems can occur. Some grid systems may experience complete collapse or blackouts. Transformers may experience damage. So there was a CME that happened, I can't remember, like late 1800s, early 1900s, where all of a sudden all the telegraph lines caught on fire. Right? Nobody could explain it. But what we know now is a CME had a coronal mass ejection, snapped off the sun, smashed in the earth, and it's essentially an EMP, electronic magnetic pulse, right? And it can wipe out anything that has circuit boards. So there's that. And then for June 2nd, tomorrow, we're looking at the CME is erupted solar, blah, blah, blah. Effects detrimental impact to some of our critical infrastructure technology are possible, but mitigation is possible. The general public should visit our webpage. So visit the spaceweather.gov/news to be properly informed. Do not believe the shit that you read or see anywhere. Even my stuff. Validate my stuff, right? By all means. If I'm wrong, come tell me I'm wrong. Take what I'm saying. I'm just regurgitating other stuff, right? Trust me. Bullshit news, real news. Get it from the source. But on the plus side, for here in Oklahoma, we could definitely see some aurora borealis tonight and into tomorrow. So enough of that goodness. I may try to look into that again later on. So this is SPC. Today, day 2 convective outlook, which is tomorrow. There's a 5% chance over in western Oklahoma, 15% chance, fucking Panhandle where there's absolutely nobody. There's a 15% chance of some severe weather. Not a whole lot going on. Day 3, so that's going to be Tuesday. Yeah, I think it's Tuesday. We got this, as other people put it, a French fry, right? It's coming up from over here in Wisconsin all the way down to Texas. There's a slight risk, so it's going to be about a 15% chance of severe weather. Looking at 14,979,383 people in the slight risk. 21,859,482 in the marginal, and apparently nobody cares about the other section. Day 4 to 5 or 4 to 8 outlook, we are not seeing a whole lot going on there. So, damn it, I did it again. I thought I got it fixed. I guess not. So, here's the HRRR. I love this model. It's a short-term model. So, we're looking at the rest of the day into tomorrow. Be fairly clear. Come Tuesday morning about 1 a.m. or so, we're gonna start getting little storms popping off. Come 4 a.m., we're gonna have a nice little cell right there. Come 6 a.m., it's gonna be populated over here in northeast Oklahoma, with the possibility of it being severe, and we'll get into that shortly. All right, and then so Tuesday by lunchtime, about noon, there's going to be some more little cells popping off over here. So this is the most unstable cape. I've gone over this a few times. Basically, this just shows the instability in the upper atmosphere, right? The higher the purplish to white color, that's really shitty outlook, right? But luckily, when them storms come through, we're not seeing a whole lot. Anything over 1,500 is severe thunderstorms, right? So I hit the wrong button. 1 a.m. we can definitely see that there is going to be possibility of some severe thunderstorms coming in, right? And then I don't know why that little donut's there, but it's there. But we'll go over here, supercell composite. So this shows us supercells, the possibility of supercells popping off, and there is a slight chance right here at lunchtime on Tuesday, and we can see that it's about a 12, right? I'll go ahead and click on it. Even though it says that there's a possibility hazard of a tornado, it's going to be unlikely because of this temperature reversion that's taking place right there. I'm personally not seeing it a whole lot. Significant tornado parameters. Fast forward, so we get a little bit popping off over here in central Oklahoma up into Kansas. Again, not a whole lot until about lunchtime. And then right here at the end of Mays County, we can see a little speck right there. So again, it's saying that there's a possible hazard of a tornado. Look at the Cape values over here. The effective inflow, again, it's not drastic, but there's that little sliver of a temperature inversion. I think this is what's going to prevent us, what's known as a cap. I think that's going to prevent us from actually getting tornadoes out here, but it's Oklahoma. There's always that possibility. So this here's the European model. This is another model I like to look at. So Tuesday at 6 a.m. it's showing some storms, mainly central Oklahoma, with one over here in northeast Oklahoma. And then that's really about it until this is showing at about 6 p.m. Tuesday evening, right here. And it's not anything I'm like, oh man, we need to go take care of this. I mean, we can't take care of it, but you know what I mean. You understand what I'm saying? I hope you do, because I know what I'm saying. So pushing out. So and then European, it's a medium range model, so it can go out a little bit, or actually it goes out a lot further than the HRRR. But the further we go out, the more skewed the details are. So this is showing about Thursday night, about midnight, that there's going to be like a seaman looking thing that's swimming across the state of Oklahoma. Not a whole lot, right? And then until Saturday, about 6 a.m. But I don't see any of this being significant to the point where we're going to get actual severe weather. So this is the European unstable Cape. And it does show that there's going to be some instability Monday night about 6 p.m., but we're not expecting storms Monday night into Tuesday, but it would be Tuesday into whenever the storms dissipate. I'm sure I already said it once, so you guys can piece it together. So it's a little iffy. I mean, it's showing that there's going to be some instability. Go back to this model, yeah. So there's a possibility of some storms this weekend. This is the NAM 3-kilometer CONUS. So the CONUS just means that it's the continental United States. And again, this one's very similar to the European model, where it doesn't show a whole lot going on until Wednesday ish. So this is Monday or Tuesday night at 6 p.m. And then this is Wednesday at 6 or at midnight. And again, we get this frontal boundary line right here, and that's all I can see. What the hell is this? The NAM supercell composite. Fast forward it, not a whole lot going on. So the models aren't really all in agreement with each other. I'd much prefer if they were, because then I'd be able to like, yeah, shit's about to drop. Unfortunately, I'm with how all they're being all stupid, not aligning with each other. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I had a burp. Sorry. It's kind of difficult to tell, because one model could show one thing, and then the other models are going to show something completely different, and it's hit or miss, right? So this is a supercell, or I apologize, significant tornado parameters for the NAM, and still not seeing a whole lot. I mean, there's little iffiness going on, 0.4, which is not a whole lot. And then this is definitely showing that there's a cap, a temperature inversion at roughly 1 kilometer up in the sky. The photograph over here is not showing low-level shear, so it's a little difficult. HRRR. Let's fast forward it to this time right here. Let's take a look. The shears, not really anything that I'm particularly worried about. So I also fucked the Jeep up, fried the fuse box, got that replaced. Watch it in the video that's going to be somewhere. I don't know how to do that, so I'm hoping it'll be here. You know what? I may put it over here. Maybe right there, right next to me. I don't know. I'll get that figured out. Appreciate you all stopping by. Y'all have a great week.